How's it going, guys? It's Pride here, back with part 3 of What If Piccolo Had a Twin. Last time, the Saiyans have arrived on Earth, but thanks to Piccolo's and Kami's demonic and godly training, respectfully, they were able to defeat the threat. Now, Vegeta is all that remains, and this is only because he knows of the impending doom that planet Namek faced. So, without further ado, let's pick up where we left off and see what our Z-Warriors would do about the namekian crisis. Vegeta has convinced the Z-Warriors that he's more useful alive. And after being interrogated, Vegeta tells them about how he wanted to learn more about the two green aliens that managed to beat Raditz. And after digging around, he has found out that Frieza plans to invade planet Namek in order to find these mysterious Dragon Balls. Piccolo questions how Vegeta even got this information, and it's revealed that Vegeta is part of the Frieza army. Or at least he used to be, as he planned on using the Earth's Dragon Balls for himself and take revenge out on Frieza for what Frieza has done to the Saiyan race. Now, however, after seeing the display of power that the Z-Warriors wield, Vegeta believes that they can face Frieza together, or at the very least, stop him from becoming an immortal threat to the universe. Everyone doesn't fully believe Vegeta. That is, until King Kai intervenes and confirms that Frieza is an evil tyrant and seems to be heading to planet Namek as they speak. This finally erases all doubt that the Z-Warriors had, and they all prepare to leave. Plan is for Vegeta and Goku to head out first, Goku using Nappa's space pod. Bulma will then fix the ship that used to belong to the namekian before they became Piccolo and Kami. Vegeta wants to leave right away, however Goku has different plans. He doesn't tell Vegeta this, but he plans to go into the hyperbolic time chamber, and the reason for this is twofold. First reason being that Goku is not stupid. He knows Vegeta can't be truly trusted, and without Kaioken always active, Goku can't let his guard down around him. The time chamber will fix that problem. The second reason, and the most important reason, is he wants to spend some time with Gohan. After seeing Gohan fight and the unstable energy that's within him, Goku's a little worried for his son, so he wants to train Gohan himself and hopefully learn how best to protect him, with the added bonus of actually spending some time with his son. He feels like they've been apart for too long, and Goku's about to leave yet again, so it's only right to get as much quality time together as possible. So that's what they plan on doing. And after that is all done, not only is Goku confident about handling Vegeta, but he's also optimistic about Gohan's progress, and can trust that Piccolo and Kami will steer Gohan in the right direction. Goku meets up with everyone else after saying goodbye to Chi-Chi, and Vegeta is the first person to notice the change that's within Goku, demanding to know how he got so strong in so little time, and even noticing that Gohan is relatively close to Vegeta's power level. Goku doesn't share his secret, of course, and they both head off to planet Namek, while everyone else waits for Bulma's repair. Also, after seeing Gohan and Goku's improvement, Kami, Piccolo, and Tien will also spend some time in the time chamber while they wait for the repairs. Now, focusing on Goku and Vegeta's journey, they have arrived on planet Namek, days ahead of everyone else, and using the Dragon Radar, they attempt to collect the Dragon Balls as fast as they can. On their search, they encounter Frieza's henchmen and the namekians that are in need. Vegeta, he just wants to leave with the Dragon Ball, but Goku always stays to make sure that the namekians are okay, even going as far as to allow some henchmen to live to let Frieza know that the Dragon Balls are no longer in the villages and Frieza will have to get it from Goku himself. Frieza, trying to rein in his anger, sends Zarbon and Dodoria to go after them, but Zarbon and Dodoria will have to split up, as Goku and Vegeta has been using guerrilla tactics and they actually been able to hide their power levels. Eventually, Dodoria finds Vegeta near the area where they stashed the Dragon Ball, and Zarbon finds Goku being escorted by Dende as they were on their way to see the Grand Elder Guru. Zarbon tries to get information from Goku and even threatens to kill the little Namekian, and that's where Zarbon went too far, provoking Goku to attack. As the fight goes on, Zarbon finds out that he's no match for Goku even after Zarbon transforms. Goku's not even pressured to use Kaioken or even half of his full strength. This leads Zarbon to start begging for his life, which Goku would have accepted. However, a death beam from above makes the choice for the both of them, as Frieza has arrived over to Vegeta and Dodoria. Vegeta is able to handle him just fine, but he can sense that Goku is in a fight with Zarbon, and seeing as Zarbon is involved, he knows that Frieza is taking them seriously. Vegeta finishes his fight quick and just in time too, as Frieza shows up to fight Goku. However, Vegeta uses this opportunity to locate Frieza's ship and gather the rest of the Dragon Ball, all for himself. Back to Goku. Goku is angry at how Frieza can easily kill his own people. He attacks Frieza, who in turn expects nothing from the monkey. However, as the fight unfolds, Frieza has to admit that that he can't just beat Goku in his first form. Thus, Frieza shows Goku his second form, thinking to spark some terror into Goku. Goku's still not impressed at this moment, especially after seeing Zarbon transform. He figured this is nothing crazy. Plus, even though Frieza's power level is really high, Goku hasn't used Kaioken yet. So they continue fighting, and Goku is holding on well enough, but after a while, he is forced to use Kaioken, as Frieza has gotten serious and almost impales Goku with one of his horns. Frieza is perplexed at the moment. He has never seen a Saiyan use this much power, and after expressing this, Goku tells Frieza that this isn't even his limit, and that Frieza should give up while he can. Frieza laughs at this, saying, "Oh, give up? Why? This isn't even my final form." After saying this, Frieza then enters his third form, and at this point, it's not even a fight. Even with Goku using Kaioken times 6, he's just outmatched, as Frieza continues toying with him. Thankfully, Vegeta arrives, allowing Goku to get some breathing room. Goku doesn't need to know that the only reason Vegeta is here is because he couldn't get the Dragon Balls to work. He was hoping that he can get the green namekian and leave. However, Frieza doesn't want this to happen, forcing Vegeta's hand. But even together, especially with Vegeta being far weaker, they are just no match. Vegeta gets critically injured, and this forces Goku to use the Solar Flare, so that way they can both escape. Dende, who is hiding nearby, leads him to Guru so that way they can rest. Sometime later, Piccolo, along with Gohan, Chiaotzu, Tien, and Krillin arrive, hoping to help. Unfortunately, Frieza is done playing the game. Since this is a big planet, he has called reinforcements of his own, as the Ginyu Force have arrived. Piccolo and the Z-Fighters that he brought along know a little bit about the current events that has happened on Namek, thanks to King Kai. So they do know Frieza is far too powerful for them to face at the moment, which is the reason that they plan to lay low. However, it's not long until they are forced to give up on that plan. The Ginyu Force is destroying villages left and right, hoping to draw out the kind-hearted Goku. Piccolo, being able to sense the death of other Namekians, thinks back to Kami's last words before he left. "Piccolo, I wish I can go with you, but as the guardian of Earth, I must stay. You have grown. You are no longer the pale imitation of the Demon King. You are someone that I am proud to call my brother. Piccolo, I know you will do your best for those here, but I hope in my stead, you will look after the Namekians that are in need. Farewell for now." As Piccolo comes back to, he clenches his fist and flies towards the village that the Ginyu Force is currently attacking. Soon they arrive and confront the Ginyu Force. It's a 5v5, but Ginyu thinks they have the edge. His scouter tells him that only Piccolo, Tien, and Gohan are the only real threat, but for some reason all of the Z-Fighters look confident in facing the Ginyu Force, and that is because of their training before they left for Namek. Piccolo and Kami used the time chamber well. They ended up having Krillin and Tien join them, and Kami and Piccolo resumed their roles as masters in order to train Krillin and Tien. At times during this training, they will even swap their students in hopes of covering weaknesses. Kami eventually teaches Kaioken to both Krillin and Piccolo. The former fully embraces Kaioken in hopes of catching up to his rival that is Goku. The latter, out of respect and pride, only uses it to further improve his own demonic surge technique, filtering out all of the evil corruption and plans on passing his teachings on to Gohan whenever they have time for it. Tien trains to make sure that he stays ahead of Krillin physically, while advancing his own unique ability, because he has not learned Kaioken and he cannot use demonic energy. All in all, the four of them came out of the time chamber not just stronger on the surface, but also with greater abilities that they can call upon in their time of need, which is why the Ginyu Force were in for a rude awakening, as their scouters couldn't possibly portray the Z-Fighters' true worth. Gudo targets Chiaotzu after being called bald. Gudo freezes time and attempts to attack, only to realize that he himself cannot move. As it turns out, Chiaotzu also used his paralysis at the same exact time, and by the time Gudo is able to break free of this, he's already run out of breath, and time resumes as normal. He soon catches his breath and he starts to glare at Chiaotzu. That is when he realizes that he is no longer facing just one opponent, as Tien seemingly already there, ready to back Chiaotzu up. Back with everyone else, Gohan faces Raccoon. This is because Raccoon seems to be the dumbest of the bunch, and nowhere near as powerful as the remaining three Ginyu Forces. Krillin and Tien face Berta and Jace respectfully, and Piccolo squares off against Captain Ginyu. Tien starts off by using his Neo Multiform technique to make an enhanced clone of himself to go help Chiaotzu. Then, Tien and Krillin attack the duo in front of them. Their teamwork is great, but Berta and Jace has perfect teamwork from working together for so many years. This puts the Earthling duo on the back foot, and what makes it even worse is the speed of the red-blue duo. Thankfully, between after images and cloning techniques, Tien and Krillin are still in the fight, and it goes on like that for a while, with them struggling but not being truly overwhelmed. That is, until all of a sudden Krillin stops playing around and he activates Kaioken times 3, casting Jace off guard, leaving him open to a destructo disc that cuts off his leg. Tien, now with his forearms out, follows up with a devastating forehead combo, and as an added measure, uses his unique ability to seal away Jace's ki. Jace is now completely out of the fight. Now that it's a 2-on-1, Berserk doesn't stand a chance, and he is also soon defeated. Over to Recoome and Gohan. Recoome is trying to overpower him. Unfortunately, Gohan is a powerhouse in his own right, and after a couple of clashes, Recoome sees that he's not really winning, and so he starts to charge up his fighting bomber in hopes of killing Gohan all in one go. With a calm mind passed on to him from the teachings that Goku has learned throughout his lifetime and the fierce fighting methods that was taught by Piccolo in the Demon Realm, Gohan activates partial demonic surge as purple sparks appear all around Gohan and his hair begins to rise up. The very tips of his hair slowly turns white and his eyes also gain a purplish hue. Now ready, Gohan charges forth, landing a heavy blow into Recoome's chest, breaking all of his ribs and sending him flying to multiple mountains until he finally stops and is out for the count. Gohan calmly exhales and releases the demonic energy and is soon back to normal. Captain Ginyu would be worried about his man's demise if Piccolo wasn't such a formidable opponent. Ginyu planned to warm up, but Piccolo in his fury went all out from the start. Piccolo's gravity magic has improved by leaps and bounds since the Saiyan invasion, and thanks to that, Piccolo has been overwhelming Ginyu this entire fight, not even letting him get a word in. To Piccolo, Ginyu is nothing but a small henchman that works for Frieza. Frieza and his army took from Piccolo what he didn't even realize he had. A planet that could have been called his home, a race that could have been called family, and knowledge of who he and Kami once was. Frieza is the true cause to all of this, and so Piccolo won't waste time on anyone else. He activates the second stage of his demonic surge, powering himself up as purple lightning begins to coalesce around him, and the energy rapidly expels forth, stunning Ginyu, breaking Ginyu's scouter as the power levels are beyond its ability to measure. With a simple demon wave unleashed from Piccolo, the fight is over, before Ginyu can even finish saying change. Change what? Well, Piccolo doesn't even care. And now, over at Guru's, Goku and Vegeta are completely healed and are stronger than ever before. However, Guru doesn't necessarily think that the two Saiyans can defeat Frieza as they are now. He offers to unlock Goku's potential, seeing the goodness in his heart. Vegeta wants this too, but he is refused outright because his heart is still filled with selfish desire. Maybe not necessarily evil, but he's far from good. As Guru places his hand on top of Goku's head, moments pass, but it becomes apparent that nothing is really happening. As Guru takes his hand off of Goku and gives some bad news. It appears that Goku has already had his potential unlocked, and if not that, then he truly has no potential at all. Guru's magic is ineffective on Goku. Before Goku has time to think about this, he senses another power level and recognizes it immediately as he tells Guru and Vegeta that he has even worse news to tell them, as Goku can sense that Frieza is on his way directly to them. And that is where we'll end it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry it took a while to get this part out, but I'll tell you guys what, if this video gets 30 likes, part 4 will be out within the same week. So if you guys want to see more, like the video, and if you want to see something else or have thoughts on the video, comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys later. Hope you have a good day. Peace.